brush now. I'm using this Iconic London brush, and I would just work it into the brush, the product, and then I would apply it to my skin, and then I would kind of like move along the little swipe of product. That's why I kind of would do a line instead of just like a little pool of product, because I feel like it's easier to work into the brush, and also I feel like the coverage is nicer and it kind of blends into your skin better, and it's not as cakey sometimes. I feel like sometimes it can be, if you're working it in with your finger or especially with a beauty blender, I feel like it just didn't really work for me, and sometimes I would try to work it in more and it would smudge and it would just not look good. I found that using a brush is the best for me. Also, I do have really dark under eyes, but I do like them, so usually I leave them be. But before, if I would want to kind of like have a bit of coverage under my eyes, I would just go in with the concealer under my eyes and just blend it in with my finger or even a brush or a beauty blender, and it would just look so cakey because like there would be so much product, and I also don't like setting my eyes. I don't know how to do it properly. I don't like setting it. Now what I do instead is I just, when I'm finished with concealer on my face, I will just clean the brush like using my under eyes. So that way the product is already worked into the brush and I'm not using that much product under my eyes, and I feel like it gives the perfect amount of coverage, not too much, not too little, and I don't have to set my under eyes. This is a very small thing, but I feel like especially if you have bigger eyebrows or darker eyebrows, simply just brushing your eyebrows and slightly filling them in to make them look more balanced, I think can make such a huge difference. My eyebrows are pretty light, but I think even sometimes when I just brush them, if they're a bit down or anything, I think it just makes the whole look just so much better. Another thing I love using is another Aldi product, and this is the liquid luminizer and highlighter. And what I do is I like to put a bit of it over here on my kind of cheekbone and just a bit above, and I also work that in with a bigger fluffier brush, and then I finish off with just kind of patting it in with the tips of my finger. And I've gotten a lot of compliments because you can't really notice it, but then when you turn your head to the side and the sun hits, it gives such a nice glow. But it's very light. It doesn't give any blush or anything, even though it is pink. You might think it gives a bit of a blush. I still go, after I do my whole concealer routine, I usually do